I'm Ron Bennington. Gail Bennington not here today because she is taking the day off to spend with her daughter.
Ow! Ow!
There's nothing like a two-person applause. It's just to show you how exciting life can get. But we're all stunned. We're all excited. We thought this would be great. It literally feels even better. Gail has a beautiful little girl, and wow. Sometimes you can be so cynical, and then something like this comes along, and it reminds you why you kind of battle through, the bad times. But I am so happy for Gail and Jack, and it's just a gorgeous, beautiful little girl. So, you know, if you want to say something nice, 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Today I will take nice things. I will also say this. One of the things that I can't begin to tell you how long this labor went on and how intense it was. And I simply can't comprehend this process or what women have to do to make it through this thing sometimes. It's absolutely phenomenal. But one of the few laughs through all this pain, Gail was, and she was actually telling me this. She goes, imagine the worst pain that you've ever had, and it comes every 2 minutes, followed by even more of the worst pain that you've ever had, and that comes in another 2 minutes. And obviously, during that whole time, the phones are off. It's really about, the parents and the baby, and the midwife is there, and Gail's mom was the doula, so she was there through the whole process, the entire thing, beginning to end. It's really, really beautiful, but it's also scary, and I would have just so many people in my family making me nervous by saying this is going on too long, is something wrong? You know what I mean? Like people just texting, and you can't give an up to the minute thing because I don't know what you would even supposed to say except for they're in it right now. They are in this thing. But she says at a certain point, she's having the worst pain of her life. So much that she said she couldn't even remember how to communicate who she was. It was just that rocket of a pain that you could have. And her phone buzzes during that. And she could see her message, and it's Vito. And he said, any word? First of all, you say any word to somebody who's on the outside, not the inside of this. And she said, it hurt too much to laugh, but she thought to herself, I'm going to find this funny sometime. So I want to remember this. Any word, he writes to her.
Got an update?
No, any word is even funnier than got an update. Any word is like, have you heard anything? She's the one having the pain, pushing a child through herself.
Yeah, I want to know if she heard if she had the baby yet.
Any word?
Any word on the baby? Any word on the baby that you might be having? I actually thought that it was really dumb after I sent that text.
Yes, it was really, really dumb. This thing, dude, is this on the fritz or not?
And then I sent you a text that I think was more appropriate to send to Gail. That I said, I asked you if you had any baby news.
Just hold on, man. Hold on. We'll get the news to you. I texted you guys in the middle of the night.
You did.
Really, really beautiful. The midwives were great. The doula was great. The father was great. The mother was great. Everything was just it's so difficult, and then so it's just so stunning. Uh, Anna, you're on the Bennington show.
Ronnie B, I'm so happy.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, a new baby. It's wonderful. I'm so happy for Gail. This is just the start of the best adventure ever.
You
Just
know
the
what's
best.
really crazy is like right away, and
Yeah.
this happened to me with Gail. You see what an individual that person is. Like right from the first moment, you're like, oh, they've got their own little personality and own little agenda.
Yeah, the way they look at you is like, hey, like I've been hanging out. I've been here the whole time.
Yeah,
Good to see ya.
it's so strange, and it's
How
so
good?
exciting.
How good does she smell? Is there anything better than the smell of a brand new baby?
Oh, it's hard not to bite them. They smell so good.
I know, like their head. You just want to sniff their head.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I love and this like really tiny stage is so short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like within a week or two, they'll seem totally different, but
Yeah.
she's less than 7 pounds. You know what I mean? She's just a little thing. She's longer than we ever had in our family. So she's like a little tall model.
Did she have
but
lots of hair?
yes.
Oh.
Although, like this was the thing that killed me too right off the bat is so I go in to see Gail and next to her is like the little bassinet that they're going to keep her in and her hat just waiting for her, right? So this little baby tiny bassinet and this little like cool Jack Nicholson hat that she's going to be pulling down. And because this is a Brooklyn hospital, they also put her in something that looks like an African woman on Sunday. I don't know what you know what I mean, like this thing that ties up big and all. You know what I'm talking about, like the
Like
well-dressed
funnel,
African woman.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much, Anna.
Cheers, Ronnie B.
Very, very exciting. 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Twitter, of course, blowing up. So many nice things. I won't even be able to get to all them, but we're just so happy. This is my friend Julian in Los Angeles, California, home of the Doors. Hey, Julian.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you
Ron,
so much.
Gail, everybody, you guys are, this is so amazing. I'm so happy that Gail is great and everything's perfect. And, this is such a dream.
But I was so nervous last night. I don't know why. You know, I mean, I knew she was in the right place with the right people, but this thing went going on and on and on. And there's something about, seeing somebody that you love in that kind of pain that we can't even get into our heads that this is a natural thing. This is not a bad thing because it sure as hell feels terrible.
Oh my God, it seems excruciating and terrifying. And Gail is amazing for having gone through that with a smile.
She was, well, actually, Vito even said something to me too in the middle of the night last night about how strong Gail was. It was also something you'd expect. What was your line? Do you remember?
Strong as hell. I think Gail's strong as hell.
So cute.
Well, congratulations, Ron. I love you guys. And we can't wait to see her.
Yeah.
Reveal.
All right. Thanks. Bye. Hey, Sean. Sean, you're on the Bennington show. How you doing?
Little baby for Jack and Gail, and congrats, Ronnie B.
Thank you very much, my friend. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
I didn't realize there's so much change between a baby in the first few days and even into the next couple of weeks.
And first of all, like the whole year is like incredible changes take place. But there's probably more changes take place in that first year. But that tiny little helpless baby stage is not that long. You know what I mean? Before they start to get a little beef on them and develop little motor skills and attention. Because right now, you know what I mean? right now, a baby doesn't know the difference between themselves and you and the table. Like you're totally into that one conscious thing, and it takes a while before they go, oh, that thing is not me. It's something else.
I never even consider that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just experiencing reality for the first time.
Well, Vito is that himself. He's still part of that.
I've never seen a proper newborn baby, actually fresh out the womb. I've only seen the ones on TV that you see that are actually a year old and stuff.
Yeah.
But that the size of those babies must just be just crazy to see.
Well, it's less than 7 pounds. Less than 7 pounds. So that's smaller than your lunch today.
Much smaller.
It's so tiny. And the baby is tall because it's 20 inches, but they were saying, I thought it was going to be more like 18 inches. Those 2 inches are drastically different. And she has these little long fingers and these little thin long feet. And it's just so weird. It's so weird. And I remember, I felt like it was yesterday that I was in the position of having my own little baby. You know what I mean? And now that little baby had a baby. Crazy. So I wanted to play a little song. This is a song because I remember when Gail was born, I thought to myself, I'm not going to be like a normal dad. It's just not in my DNA to be a normal dad. And that's a kind of a frightening thought because you feel like you're going to bring, the wrong energy to it. And I listened to a song all the time and played it for my wife and my baby. And it was, and then when Eastside Dave had his baby, I played it for him, and I highly, highly recommend the philosophy of this tune if you feel like you're a weirdo and you find out that you're going to be a parent. So that's to a little baby and her 2 kooky parents. I think they're going to have an amazing ride. And that's where we are today. Vito is an uncle. Chris Stanley is an uncle. Yeah.
Never thought I would have been an uncle.
No. You got to have $1 ready every time you see that baby.
I have to get it rolled.
That's the best way to be considered a good uncle. You know what I mean? You pull out a buck and kids love you. No one ever gets that. Just lay a little cash on them. Doesn't have to be a lot. $1 is a lot to a baby.
Oh, yeah.
$1 is a lot to a baby or a homeless person. And really, in a lot of ways, that baby could be homeless if the parents don't want her. It's stunningly exciting, and it's it's so interesting, when you from this point of view, which I never expected to have because I really thought I was James Dean when I was a kid. But it's very, very cool to think your role is kind of just stay out of the way, man. Just be like a friendly face. You're not the main player here.
Stay on the perimeter.
Yeah, this is not your role. No one needs you to dominate. Just be around. You're a day player.
Is that frustrating or does it feel...
Oh, no, man. I don't want to... I always kind of felt like even with my kids, I didn't want them... I didn't want to have expectations for their life. I always found that to be the worst thing a person could do. And the beauty of a grandfather, nobody wants you to have any expectations, What do they want you to do? Whittle? You know what I mean? Have a duck call? I don't know what all these things are. I'll be able to figure them out.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, have stuff that you can pull out of your pockets. Look at this. Swiss Army knife. I got, my grandfather was a fireman. That's all he ever had to do. He didn't have to do anything extra. He was a fireman, and he once swam from Crystal Beach to Turkey Point, which was another thing. It was like 2-3 mile swim that I would just sit and look at the other side, going, "How the hell could somebody swim that far?" He's like a superhero fireman. I got to pull off a couple stunts like that. I figure, I figure I'll do all right with that. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, Sean in Indiana, you're on the Bennington show. We're just talking about that Gail had her baby last night, 1:00 in the morning.
Yep, and I heard you say that only 2 people applaud. I'm sure there was thousands applauding across the country, Ron. So
That's
congratulations.
Really nice. Yeah.
And I want to pass one thing on. That Gail's baby will held a world record as being the youngest person on the planet.
You know that for like at least tied, right, for 1 second or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is so interesting because, like, when you're not in it, you don't think about it. But when you are, it seems like there's nothing else in the world going on.
I never met either of my grandfathers, so all I knew of that relationship was like from TV shows and movies or whatever, and I was always like fascinated and jealous of that like relationship and never like experiencing it.
Yeah,
It's weird.
I can't believe that that's the only thing that you ever felt jealous of.
That was one of the things.
I've like talked to my mom before about how like my grandpa passed like a year after my dad, and I think about my grandpa a lot more than my dad. Like my grandpa was like the most important person in my life for like the first few years. Like he gave me his glasses when he passed away, and it was the most important thing to me as a kid. That out of all of his,
How old were you when he died?
I was 4 when my dad died, so I was probably like 6 to 8, probably 7 or 8 when my grandpa passed
All right,
away.
so you had like 3 or so good years there for a while.
Yeah, and like he passed away with a rock I gave him,
Oh.
and I like that really like it's loved my grandpa.
I had a great grandfather who used to sell fruit, and it just seems like the most amazing thing to me. And now when I look back on it, you're just like, man, like that was his job. Like he just went over, bought some fruit at the fruit place, took out and sold it for more money. You know what I mean? Like it seemed like getting away with murder to me.
It's a 2-step process.
Yeah, man. Like all you got to do is not be a dick to really, because they got nothing to compare you to. You know what I mean? And you just swing around and you got some stuff to, that great grandfather only called me Homer because he saw me hit a home run in a wiffle ball game in my backyard. Just like, you never know how far Homer's going to go. We'll be seeing this kid on TV one day, Homer. He only hits homers. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Guess I got a real good chance at the major leagues. Yeah, man, this is remarkable. And the other thing is like, I just knew how much Gail wanted this, like more than anything else in the world, and to get something that you want, or I mean, see your kid get that organic thing that they want. It's different than if, they want something that isn't so tied to a feeling, like accomplish some kind of job or whatever. It's totally different when you just see them want that human thing of starting their own family. And that's what they are there. That's the other thing, right? That is so amazing to me is like they're the family. And I'm the pop that comes around every once in a while. Hey, oh, good to see everybody. It's Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? Like that dude that's just, I'm not going to make any of the day-to-day decisions. I'm going to be counting down the new year. You know what I mean? I'm going to be plugging in the Christmas tree. There's not an easier gig that I could think of.
You like the cavalry.
Well, I don't see that, Chris. I mean, I'm not going to come riding in on a horse and saving the day. What I'm saying is just the opposite of that. I'm not the hero of the story.
I feel like the cavalry does make day-to-day decisions.
Yes, they do. Yes, the cavalry is a very important thing in the campaign against to, I guess, destroy Native Americans. Is how you see this? That's not the way I see myself at all in this.
Okay.
Yeah, Gail was the first person I like knew from like the beginning of a pregnancy to the end.
Is that right?
Yeah, because like I mean I'm 25. None of my friends are pregnant. None are really married or anything. So it was the first one I saw from like trying.
That's so funny because by the time I was 25, everyone I knew had kids.
Yeah, no, like I've only been to like 2 weddings as an adult. So like I saw her from like trying to get pregnant all the way to now, and that's just bizarre to see.
Do you know how many weddings that I was not only went to but was in from the first and second year that I was out of high school? Just wedding after wedding after wedding.
Yeah, it's nobody. This my generation doesn't do that at all. Like it's all.
I know.
Wait till you're like 30 or because student loans are just.
That was the time that we were having our divorces.
Get the first one out of the way.
It was this hospital in Brooklyn, and there was so many kind of funky people that are involved there that it really was just the greatest, coolest setting that they lined up. And they gave her a really enormous, beautiful, big room. And like I said, it was very private, and there was, soft chairs around for, her people. It was really, really nice. They did a wonderful job. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, buddy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Congratulations, man. That's so awesome. And, of course, congratulations to Gail as well. My best buddy, I know since 4, he had his first kid today, too, at like 1 o'clock. He just sent me a text of his kid at like 1:10 to Chicago. So I thought that's kind of nuts. Like, I jumped in the car with my girlfriend, and then we turned on the radio because I just got this text, and she's like, oh, Gail had her baby. So I'm like, oh, cool.
That is really fun. That's really, really cool. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when the guy said you're the youngest person in the world, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people having babies at the same time. It's really amazing. It's really amazing. And I there's no way I could to put it all in words, but I'm just really blown away. And obviously I don't want to give away any of this stuff that should be Gail's to tell in terms of names and the experience, but Gail said something really hilarious as soon as the baby was born, and she said to me today that she didn't expect. She goes, I knew I was gonna love, you know what I mean? She goes, but I didn't know I'd find the baby like so physically beautiful just to look at. She goes, you just feel your heart breaking over and over and over again when you're staring at her, and it is true. You just, as prepared as you are not prepared for that moment. And to have her, her mom be there and deliver the baby, and Jack to be there and delivering the baby, and just so much family and friends checking in the whole time, even Vito texting a person while they're in labor. I mean, you would think horrific, but it does remind you that uncles can be incredibly dumb too. Hey, look who it is. It's our good friend Shrekalov. Hey, darling.
Hiya, Pop.
Yeah, it's amazing.
This is so cool, Ron. I have to just tell you, not only congratulations, but I just feel filled with so much love for this baby. I can't even imagine how you feel.
Yeah, I'm just trying to bring it all in. I really am. You know what's really funny? You know who I was sitting and talking about this with last night? Leslie Jones down at the cellar.
Really?
Leslie Jones came in with Lenny Marcus, and he's helping her get off. And then Lenny said to me, he goes, and Lenny Marcus is one of the funniest people, one of the great, great writers, and is just unbelievable. Like, he just blows me away. And he goes, and my wife, her dream is that she'll meet Gail and then our kids will play together because she just had a kid like 7-8 weeks ago. But that kid could be somewhat of a bully. I don't know. You know, I get a feeling that our baby's very delicate. It's really exciting, though, Shrek.
It's so amazing. And Ronnie, it's so sweet that Mrs. B was her doula. It just makes my heart like just overwhelmed. It's so cool. Congratulations to all of you.
Isn't that mind-blowing? And she was there through the full. And I mean, this started. Here's the crazy thing. Well, I don't know whether I should give all this away, but when her water broke, she wasn't naturally, like, she didn't really start having strong contractions. So she would have these light contractions that went on for a long time. And finally they're like, well, come on in and blah, blah, blah. And they said to her, because we had that storm come in, that the barometric pressure, right, hit all these women and their water broke because the whole thing changed.
Whoa.
And then this was the other thing. So when they get in, when they're really ready to start going, they're like, oh, you're one of those people who has the second bag around the baby. So her water had to break a second time.
What?
Yeah. And I had never heard of that before.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I know. I feel like I'm giving away something personal by even saying that. But those crazy nature things, you know what I mean? Like, when you get into this stuff with a baby, it just reminds you of like watching a nature film about bees or something.
That's crazy. Like, being in New York, I don't really feel part of nature, but that.
I don't know why you say that. You have nothing but parks around you. There's rivers everywhere. There's big sky. There's an ocean. I don't understand. He said that the only bird he's ever seen is a pigeon. I'm like, there's like 800 different species of birds in Central Park. And he goes, no, just pigeons.
And sparrow occasionally.
Chris cannot be left alone with that baby, Ronnie.
I know. Oh, Chris can't be left
Way
alone
too
with Vito.
fragile.
All right, man. Great
I
to
love
talk
you
to you,
so much.
Shrek. Thank you so much.
All right. Love you. Bye. Bye.
And thank you to everybody. I mean, I see Twitter blowing up and people sent things and just nice messages and people sent gifts. And it was just really, really, this has been such an incredible, sweet, phenomenal feeling to have gone through this. I'm really going to miss everyone being nice. Look who it is, our friend Maureen.
Hi, how are you?
So
oh my God, I'm
excited.
so happy.
Yeah.
And she's doing okay now.
Everything's great.
Oh gosh, I imagined, with her mom and being the doula, just this peaceful. I'm sorry to hear it was so painful, and I had terrible deliveries with all of my kids.
You know what?
Easy pregnancies, but
when it got to the pushing, she said it wasn't as difficult as she thought it was going to be, but leading up to that point was. But they had just about all the lights completely out. There was just very light things, and they made this really great environment because the baby's in the dark all this time. Yeah, they said it was unbelievable.
Oh, I'm so happy for you guys.
I feel like I'm giving away her secrets, though. I should let her tell these stories. I'm not going to say anything else. I haven't said the baby's name.
I know. I'm dying to know.
But I did say, I think it's 6 pounds, 8 ounces. Just so tiny. So tiny.
Oh, my goodness. This is so exciting. I'm just so happy for you guys. And,
Me too.
Can't wait till we get to see her and just send the love from all my family over to Gail and to Juliet. This must have been something for her. I can't even imagine.
It's unbelievable. Thank you so much.
All right.
Peace.
Take care.
844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Here's our buddy Captain D. Captain D, what's up, pal?
Hey, good day, y'all. Congrats to you and Gail, Ronnie.
Thank you so much, man.
And I won't ask any more details. I just had a question. Like, what's the first song or movie you want to introduce to your granddaughter?
You know what? I was like joking that, you have to be careful because that's really not your place to suddenly say, this is Santa Claus is coming to town. You're going to love this. Or, hey, where you were out and I was babysitting, I took the baby to the zoo. First time she ever saw a zebra. So I'm really, you know what I mean? I'm going to wait and follow a lead there. But I always think that kind of stuff is funny. And there was, I think it might even have been me, but my grandmother who lived with us, I think took me down like on my first Christmas when everyone was sleeping.
Really?
I was opening presents with me, and everybody woke up like, "What are you doing?" And that's always really stuck in my head.
And I personally think you should take advantage as a grandpa. That's your total right. You do whatever you want. And you apologize for it after. Say
no. I don't ever want to be that dude, man. I don't want to make it about me. But to go back to your original thing, what movie? You got to, when she sees The Matrix, I mean, she is not going to see that coming.
Oh, hell no.
You know what I mean? That's a
all
stunner.
the new M. Night Shyamalan. Just make it a night.
Yeah. All right, my friend.
I have a good one. Congrats
Peace.
again.
I'm not going to show that baby any horror movies.